been requested by Senator Kerry to speak at the introduction of the American Power Act. Senator Kerry and Lieberman led the effort, and of course many of the ideas of Senator Lindsey Graham were incorporated in it, and for a variety of reasons he wasn't there today, and I won't get into those. But the important point is today has the potential to be a historic day. Because what they have done is introduce a bill that I think has the architecture to really allow us to move forward in this country and put a price on carbon, a cap on emissions, and make the transition to a low-carbon world. And I think that is a mission that we in this country need to undertake. And there are a variety of reasons why we need to undertake it. One is I believe, and let me just speak from the perspective of the power sector, we have 40% of the emissions. We have in the interesting place where we provide universal access to electricity. We provide affordable, reliable, clean electricity 24/7, 365. But what we have to do by 2050 is to virtually retire and replace every power plant that we own and operate in America, with the exception of our hydro plants. The significance of the legislation today, it starts to put in place the roadmap forward to allow us to make informed decisions with respect to what type of generation to build in the future. There are very important provisions in there with respect to energy efficiency. And as Kateri knows, and she and her team have worked on, they have really kind of amped it up in terms of making energy efficiency clearly the first fuel, and it's an important part of it. But for companies like us, it's not only just about energy efficiency, but it's the notion that we have to retire and replace. The question is, what will we retire and replace? What sequence will we do it? So knowing the rules of the road is invaluable for us, and so I'm delighted. The other reason that I think the American Power Act is so important for our country is that we're coming out of a recession, we think. The recovery has been very anemic. My belief is that if we can pass this, just for our sector alone, I mean today, our company is building 2 advanced technology coal plants. We're building 2 gas plants. We have over 5,000 people that work today just on those sites, building those facilities. It will allow us to shut down 1,400 megawatts of old coal plants that have never been retrofitted for SOx, NOx, or mercury. So it's allowing us to modernize. This bill is going to amplify what we are now doing today in a dramatic way. It will lead to stimulating the economy, creating jobs, assuring energy independence, and cleaning up the air. And we will be able to achieve all of those things as a consequence of this legislation passing. So I was very pleased to be part of it, and very pleased to have an opportunity to be there. But I'm pleased to be here because I know I'm the end of the conference, I'm the end of the day, and y'all are ready to go home. I just want to leave you with one message that you need to take out of here. I believe we provided, in the 20th century, universal access was our mission. I believe as a utility company, our mission is to decarbonize and modernize our fleet. I believe modernizing our grid, installation of smart grid is really going to enable the type of energy efficiency that my belief is 10 to 15 years from now, we will look back and the things that we do today that we think are good energy efficiency activities will look very primitive compared to what we will do in the future as a consequences of being able to deploy smart grid technology, not just in transmission and distribution, but also with respect to smart meters. Because the apps that we will be able to then apply to the homes and businesses, the way we will be able to understand the algorithms within the homes and the usage, and to tailor the usage, I think it would be fundamental. I like to say, and I was to my team, let's put the smart meter in, let's do an energy audit, let's put a Porto in to help people understand their usage, because there will be behavioral changes as a consequence. Let's find out what the comfort and convenience criteria of the customer is, and let's go to work writing the software where we understand the algorithms and their usage, so it can happen automatically, back of mind, in the same mindless way that happens when they throw the switch and the electricity comes on. Trust me, nobody, when they turn the lights on, go, nuclear plant? Is that from a hydro facility? Nobody asks that. I believe we'll come to a day when we throw a switch, and what will happen is when you walk in a room, the curtains will open, or the lights will go down, or a multitude of things will happen automatically as a consequence of technology deployed and the software written. I say that to you because I want you to have the dream, because I have the aspiration. My aspiration, and I hope it's your aspiration, to make our economy the most energy efficient economy in the world. I think we have the capability to do that. And let me tell you why I think we should. One, because of, again, it gets to addressing the issue of carbon. And we all know that the plant we don't build is the most environmentally benign plant, is the one we don't build. And so to the extent that we aspire to have energy efficiency goals, productivity gains of the use of electricity, that will help us reduce our carbon footprint, but also help us reduce our footprint of other pollutants that from the generation of electricity, particularly from coal and natural gas. So again, it's important to have that aspiration. But I'd say it yet another way. There's a great quote I read. I wake up every morning, this is the quote, wondering what I'm dead wrong about. Y'all probably don't wake up with uncertainty like that. But I woke up one day and then I said, you know, I'm going to write a letter to my board. And I'm going to send them a letter. I'm going to start with that quote. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them I just got irrefutable evidence that the IPCC report's wrong. What is it about our strategy we would change? And you know what? Nothing. We probably wouldn't be investing in CCS, but virtually everything else we do. And we'd still be very aggressive on smart grid and energy efficiency initiatives. And let me tell you why. Because there's 1.6 billion people in the world today that have no access to electricity. If you look at the future, we're going to go from 6.5 billion people to 9 billion people by 2050. The battle over scarce resources is going to be great. The economies that are the most energy efficient have the greatest probability of being able to provide to their children and grandchildren, provide to them real growth in the standard of living. So you would want to do this in every event, because I think it's good not just for now, not just for carbon, not just for all the other political, environmental issues. It's the right economic thing to do. And so you should walk out of here today saying, this mission is not just about the environment. This mission is about the future of our country and the standard of living for our children and for our grandchildren. That should be a mission that inspires you. It's a mission that inspires me. And I challenge you to leave here today thinking of ways of reinventing what you do, reinventing what we do as a society, and be an active voice with respect to this legislation, with respect to energy efficiency generally, because we need to make this transition, and we need to make our economy the most energy efficient in the world. Thank y'all very much, and I am delighted that y'all hung around to hear my final words. Thank you.